You can see in this video several people sitting close to each other, shaking hands, hugging, and of course you can see lots of them not wearing face coverings.
Marvis and Monica.
All right, thank you, Suzanne. We are following breaking news this morning. 3 people shot and killed on the east side of Indianapolis. It happened just after 2:30 this morning, and here's what we know. Authorities said that all 3 people were pronounced dead on the scene. And just a short time later, 4 people had also been shot, walked into a nearby hospital. Right now, police have not released any information about their identities or possible suspects. Police are investigating if there is a connection between these 2 incidents. 8:31 on your Sunday morning, and a drug sweep carried out over several weeks in southern Indiana led to nearly 24 arrests. This morning, investigators want to track down 2 more suspects. Scott County Sheriff's Office called the sweep Operation Broken Needle. Undercover detectives bought drugs from suspects, and this past weekend, deputies served warrants, and they arrested 20 people on various charges. But take a look at your screen. They're still looking for these 2 men, Michael Chad Robinson and Matthew Missy. Some startling moments for both a young child and his parents. Oldham County Police say someone in this truck pointed a gun at the elementary school student on his walk home from the bus stop. It happened around 2:30 on Thursday afternoon in the Old Taylor Place neighborhood. That's over in Goshen. The student says a man pulled up in a white truck, then a woman in the passenger seat rolled down the window and pointed a gun at the student. The truck sped off when a neighbor came outside and reportedly saw the boy with his hands up. If you saw what happened, or maybe you have some surveillance footage from your home, you're asked to call the Oldham County Police. 3 men arrested in connection to multiple burglaries in Washington County are due in court tomorrow. The sheriff's office got multiple reports of stolen ATVs, side-by-sides, and guns recently. Some of the ATVs were offered up for sale in Willisburg. Jacob Hill, Alex Hamilton, and Nathaniel Riley are currently in the Marion County Detention Center. Metro Police are investigating a triple shooting. This one happened in the Parkland neighborhood around 8 o'clock Saturday night near the intersection of Dumanil and Hemlock Street. 3 men were taken to the hospital. All are expected to survive. We're coming up on 8:34 right now. The 2020 election is less than a month away, and one Kentucky activist is making sure people across the state remember to register. From Pikeville to Paducah, that's the journey hip-hop artist and activist Divine Karama is taking to inspire people to register to vote and exercise that right at the polls. Karama left Pikeville Tuesday with plans to walk across the state. On Saturday, he stopped in Louisville at the Breonna Taylor Memorial at Jefferson Square Park. Karama says it only takes 1 vote to make a difference.
That's the symbolism in what I'm doing, because a lot of people say, hey, it's one guy walking, but if one guy walking can make such a big difference where CNN and all these different media outlets are reaching out, then just imagine the ripple effect of 1 vote. So a lot of people got to realize that 1 person, 1 vote can make a difference, because there's always people watching. There's always people around you that you can inspire and motivate, and it's a domino effect.
Karama says he does not care who people vote for as long as they make their voices heard. And the University of Louisville's men's basketball team is also working to make sure the city's voice is heard on November 3rd. Saturday, the team held a voter registration drive. This one happened at Shawnee Park. Guard Charles Minland says it's important for the younger generation to get out and vote to have an impact on the future.
I think it's important when younger people are really invested into what this future is, because it's going to be the world that we're going to be living in. So the fact that we're willing to invest back into our community, back into the country, I think is a really important thing.
On Twitter, U of L Center Aiden Harris-Gahan said that the team is 100% registered to vote. A federal court is ordering Indiana to extend the time for when it will accept absentee ballots. Indiana law sets the deadline at noon on Election Day. But last week, a judge ordered the Election Commission to allow ballots received by November 13th to also be counted as long as they're postmarked by November 3rd. Now, it is still unclear this morning which deadline will actually be enforced in Indiana. The state's website still lists Election Day as the deadline, but take a listen to this. Last week, Governor Eric Holcomb weighed in on that ruling.
Yeah, we'll let the legal process play out as we always do, and we'll respect not only the rule of law, but the rulings of the court.
So there you have it, and still unclear this morning. Eric Holcomb and Indiana Secretary of State have previously resisted any calls to change rules for the election. They have not said whether they will appeal the judge's ruling.